Hello everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome to Total Extreme Wrestling 2020, where we are in charge of Impact Wrestling. Now, the reason why I'm showing you the company product screen is because in the comments of the last video, people were saying that, you know, if a booker went into a new promotion, they would book the way they want to, so therefore if you want to change the product, do, and that's what I've done. I changed it to Free Ring Circus. The other one I was considering, I wrote it down, was Fast, Furious and Deadly, which would require more death matches and stuff, but I thought Free Ring Circus was pretty good. It basically has everything that I like on it, but it has no penalty for any match type, so that was a problem I had in NXT, and that is not a problem I'm going to have with Impact. Impact, I noticed over the last few years, changed their product quite often, so I thought it wasn't really against the grain for me to change it on the fly here, and that's what I've done. So, sorry if you don't like it, but I feel like to get the best out of this series, having a product that I enjoy booking with would suit that and would make this series better. Plus, I think it will genuinely make us mount a better challenge for the big hitters at the top. So, as always, I'll move forward to the next show. If anything happens, I'll show you. If nothing happens, then we'll go straight into Impact. So yeah, finished off the show. Let's see how it goes. The first matches in the Bound for Glory series. Let's start the show. So we start off with a 53 rated segment as Ace Austin defeats Carl Anderson by pinfall with the House of Cards following interference by Madman Fulton. So yeah, really good start. Obviously that means that Ace Austin is topping the table right now, but obviously he's the only one to have had a match in the Bound for Glory series. I can't do it as a proper tournament on the game because of the weird rules of the weird points totals in the Bound for Glory series. So if you don't already know, it is 10 points for a submission win, 7 points for a pinfall win, 5 points for a count out win, 3 points for a DQ win, 2 points each for a draw, and minus 10 points for a DQ loss. And if you win one of the special matches which happen, then you will get a whopping 25 points. I think we'll only have one special match during the series, but that could be huge, especially if it comes later on after all the matches are done. Then it could be what makes someone qualify. Nice start to the Bound for Glory series as well. Then we move into a segment where Rosemary thanks Bravo for, you know, being there for her last week, and she's confronted by Taya Valkyrie. And Bravo, just happily as he is, just tells them that he set up a tag match between two of his favourite people, naturally pissing off both Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie with the thought of having to work together. So yeah, I don't know whether I think that match will either happen next week on Impact or on Explosion later on in the episode. I'm not quite sure just yet how I'm going to do it. But yeah, that is the match set up, and they're not very happy about it. So next up we go to the hospital room to see if we can get an update on Tommy Dreamer, but instead Jake Chris turns up at the hospital and just starts abusing Dreamer with all the hospital equipment. Obviously the hospital people are trying to like call for backup, calling the police and everything, and Jake Chris just going mental on Dreamer, making sure to keep Dreamer on the shelf. We don't know why Chris is doing this, but he seems to have something high against Dreamer. Next up we have another match in the Bound for Glory series where EC3 defeats Trey, just like last week where EC3 pinned Trey. EC3 pinned Trey again. This time the points matter, and EC3 picks up a nice win. 48 rated segment, nice match in the Bound for Glory series. It's starting to see who might be up there, and it's a quick surge of momentum early on will always help. Then we have a segment between where Eddie Edwards tells Rob Van Dam to prove his worth against an opponent of his choosing next week. So yeah, I don't I don't think anyone knows who the opponent for Rob Van Dam's going to be. But I think Edwards wants to be like, don't just walk in because of your name. You have to earn your shots as well. So if you impress next week, if you win your match, I'll give you the shot that you so desperately need. Next up, we have a pretty poor segment, to be fair, where Smiley Kylie Rae tells Melissa Santos, that she won't let herself be underestimated and feel unworthy of her opportunity by Deonna Purrazzo, and that, you know, actually she does deserve this. She's worked really hard and she deserves everything coming for her. So a little bit more, she's trying to put in some positivity to herself, Kylie Rae is, and will it work? Will it give her that momentum to defeat Purrazzo after Purrazzo's been so dominant while coming in? Only time will tell. Next up, we have Kurt Hawkins defeat Eric Young in a match with a surprise cradle. That's right, Kurt Hawkins is in the Bound for Glory series, and he's debuted in Impact Wrestling. Some of you guessed it in the comments that Kurt Hawkins is going to be there, and yeah, I love him. I think he was very underutilized in WWE, so I want to use him here. And defeating Eric Young is a great way to make a statement by coming in. Yes, it was via roll-up, but it doesn't matter how you get your points as long as you get them. I don't think that Eric Young is going to be very happy. And talking of which, Eric Young goes absolutely batshit crazy. He crashes the commentary table, the timekeeper's area, as Kurt Hawkins is kind of walking up the ramp celebrating as if to go, like, you know, please don't go for me, please don't go for me. So yeah, Eric Young is just trashing the ringside area while Kurt Hawkins is kind of celebrating in the background. So yeah, 52 rated segment there. Then we got a segment where the North explain they did what they did last week because of the Motor City Machine Guns. They feel like they deserve a rematch, and the fact that they're not getting one makes them angry. But the Rascals come out going, well, what made you attack us? Why us? You know, you could have gone and attacked the Motor City Machine Guns, you could have taken your rage out on them, but instead you've come for us, you know, and not let us have a shot at the title. And, you know, this is where the feud is starting between these two. And yeah, already some big animosity between these two. Then we have a match between Jordynne Grace and Kimberly, to which Madison Rayne is on commentary for this one. She's kind of putting over the fact that, you know, that just taking a mick out of Grace really, and kind of just saying, you know, she's lost it, this, that and the other. And Grace kind of puts that puts that to the side and defeats Kimberly, doesn't get distracted by Rayne on commentary, and celebrates her win while staring down Madison Rayne, kind of knowing, you know, I'm coming for you. But yeah, good performance by Kimberly as well. It's just someone to keep an eye on. I know she's a pretty good wrestler, so I wanted to see how she could do, and I thought this match would be a pretty nice one between the two. Then we have a segment where Stephen Amell says to Heath, you know, you can't just waltz in and expect opportunities and expect a contract, you know, you've got to earn it. He said, I can't just willy-nilly give out contracts because that will diminish his own reputation. And, you know, so Heath is like and ahhing as if to go, you know, what do I do here? And Amell kind of hints, you know, if you want that contract badly, you will have to earn it, but I've got an idea of how you can earn it. So it's kind of like Heath is with Rhino afterwards, and they both kind of look at each other as if to go, you know, okay, now I know what I have to do. I have to ask for some kind of match and a way to earn my own contract in this company. Then we've got a little segment here where Melissa Santos talks to Hawkins about his debut and chances in the Bound for Glory series, and how Kurt Hawkins kind of says, you know, he's really happy to be here and he really does feel like he's the underdog in this, but if anyone stands a chance, he does in this tournament. So yeah, he wasn't very good on the mic, and Melissa Santos is starting to look stale, so I might have to change her gimmick up a little bit. Then we have probably the best Bound for Glory match we've had so far, where Sami Callihan defeated Doc Gallows by a pinfall. A lot of pinfall wins tonight. Every single one's been a pinfall win, so they're all on level pegging at the moment. Sami Callihan with a wonderful performance, actually, 51. Doc Gallows with 47. I think that was very similar to Carl Anderson, so they are very good as singles wrestlers as well. Proving themselves, you know. Yes, both of them lost tonight, but both of them, you know, don't look out of their depth. They just need to kind of focus a little bit on their singles careers and try not to think about how they are as a tag team. You know, you could see during their matches that sometimes when they were a bit hurt, they would crawl over to the corner a little bit, not forgetting that they're in a tag match, but it's just out of instinct, and so that ended up costing them. That instinct of not being a singles wrestler cost them a little bit in the first round, but still a very good match between the two. Then we've got a segment where Shamrock tells Moose he was the first TNA World Champion, and he won't let Moose ruin the prestige of the title that he began. So yeah, Shamrock kind of just nicking the mic off of Melissa Santos, and Melissa Santos kind of just being like, fine, you go and say what you need to say. Shamrock, to say the least, isn't very happy with Moose. So for 40 rated segment. Then we've got a little hype package where Chris Bay and Willie Mack talk about each other, and they're talking about how they both need to go to greater heights against each other. That this rivalry between the two, they've had this singles match, but they feel like they need to go bigger and better next time around to get the best out of each other. So yeah, 39 rated segment, and hinting at still quite possibly what could be next between these two.
Rusev Udria, Rusev Machka.
And then here it is, Rusev is here. Damn right. Some of you guessed this one as well, and I thought you guys would guess it. But yeah, Rusev is here. Yes, he's retired, but he hasn't retired in my game. Rusev's here, and he's facing off against TJP in the main event, which is now. And for a 54 rated match, Rusev defeated TJP by submission, which means that Rusev tops the Bound for Glory series. So yeah, 63 rated performance by Rusev, 47 by TJP. Really consistent performances throughout the night of everyone in this Bound for Glory series. Seems like it's gonna go down an absolute storm, and I can't wait to see what happens next. But yeah, Rusev is in Impact Wrestling, and to finish the night, commentary kind of put across who can stop Rusev. TJP is on the floor. He's virtually passed out as Rusev is kind of just gearing himself up, shouting at the crowd, everything. He is here, and he is here to win the Bound for Glory series for a 58 rated segment. What a way to finish the show that is. What rating did we get? 55 rated show. Whew! Wonderful stuff there. Increased our popularity in 31 regions and could have increased in 3 of the British regions. But wow, really consistent show throughout. Like, there was a couple of duds here and there, like the 29 there, the 30 there, but they were all segments, you know. None of the matches were duds, all of the matches were good. Yeah, this is going to be good, and the Bound for Glory series has gone down a storm. So, I'll flash up the graphic now. There you go. As you can see, Rusev tops the table with 10 points. Yes, he went in and he got that big win that just tops the table for him. Callahan, Kurt Hawkins, EC3 and Ace Austin are all in that second place spot with 7 points, and everyone else is on 0. Obviously things are only just starting to shape up. You're not really seeing just yet who's going to pull away and who's going to stay where they are. But what a way to start with the Bound for Glory series, and that will continue in the next episode and on the next episode of Impact. So now we're going to move on to Explosion, and see what happens there. Unless anything interesting happens in between, I'll see you at Explosion. So here it is. We're gonna go straight into Explosion. Shouldn't take us too long to get through this. Just some small little storylines going through Explosion to carry on through to Impact, well, to Tuesday's Impact. So we start off the show with Melissa Santos announcing that Trey will face Rusev and Ace Austin will face EC3 on Tuesday's Impact Wrestling show. Now, as always, you guys all know I don't announce all of the matches. I'll only announce a couple of snippets just to get people's taste buds going. Then we've got a match between Crazy Steve and Adam Thornstowe, where Crazy Steve wins. I like Crazy Steve, I think he's quite cool, so I thought I'd put him in the match and see how he does, and he did pretty alright, to be fair, especially against someone that isn't the best. So yeah, good match there. Then we had a segment where the Desi Hit Squad tell the Motor City Machine Guns to watch out, as those titles won't stay on their shoulders for much longer, and they kind of keep looking at Mahabali Shera, who really is like, he's imposing, he's big, and they're kind of like hinting that maybe they might need to watch their backs in more ways than one. Then we have a tag match where Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie defeated Tasha Steelz and Nevaeh, I think it's Nevaeh, where Rosemary submitted Nevaeh for the victory. Taya and Rosemary both with a 42. Really nice match, to be fair. And they seem to, you know, although they weren't completely on the same page, they seem to work well together, to the surprise of literally everyone. So 37 rating match there. And then to finish off, there's like a hesitational celebration between the three. So you got Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie on both corners, and Johnny Bravo in the middle, like looking really proud of himself that he's, you know, made these two, you know, come together. Although Rosemary and Valkyrie aren't too sold on the idea themselves. So that finishes the show. It's a 36 rated show. No negatives, it's just a throwaway show, so I can see how people are doing, and it's almost, you gotta treat it as almost like AEW Dark, basically. It's just a shorter version of that. This is like literally 30 minutes of a couple of matches, a few segments, just to progress things, and just to see who can do what in preparation for maybe future storylines, or the continuation of some of these that maybe aren't too good for the main show, so end up dropping onto here. So yeah, that finishes both shows. I think they were both really good. You know, just trying to again find our feet. This Bound for Glory series will help us find our feet, and I think we might find some hidden gems of matches coming through. There's a few already that I'm looking at, and you know, that seem quite tasty. Gallows facing Anderson is one that it just seems great. You've got EC3 and Eric Young. You've got EC3 and Rusev. You've got Eric Young and Rusev. You know, some Sami Callihan and Rusev. All of these have some great potential with some great matches. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think, you know, it's doing really well. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Please put anything down in the comments below. I do interact with you guys in the comments, as those of you who were there last time saw. I'm really impressed that some of you managed to guess both of the entrance into the Bound for Glory series. I hope you're happy with the entrance into the Bound for Glory series. And yeah, let's press on. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Subscribe if you're new here, because we're just starting. And I shall see you in the next video. See ya!